Hey, wackpack, Eugene here, back again. Hope you guys are all well. Going to be taking a look at Cuir Beluga from Guerlain's Arts and Materials line. I can never properly say that in French, so I'm not even going to bother hacking it anymore. But y'all know I'm extremely excited and anticipating the new Cuir Ententes and the Absolutes d'Orient collection. So that's kind of what it's inspired me to look at Cuir Beluga today, and I've never really reviewed this. So what's really interesting in just kind of pondering about this new release and thinking about past Guerlain leathers is they've never really had a proper queer fragrance. Queer meaning, obviously leathery, salty, sultry, sexy, maybe animalic, dirty, something along that lines. They've had leather notes in a lot of other perfumes like Shalimar, Mitsuko, Abbey Rouge. L'Homme Ideal line has a lot of leathery notes. Lupin Dandy has a nice leathery notes, but nothing's really been marketed as a queer. They've got one of the greatest leathers of all time is Derby, but Derby's more of a floral, spicy, aromatic barbershop, fougere, chypre leather. They've had lots of opportunities to market a queer. Songe d'une voix d'été could have been a proper queer. It's definitely got those sultry, raw, animalic, leathery notes. They've decided to market it as a mysterious woody. It is a really big woody. Santal Royal, Oud Essentiel, Ambre Eternal, all very leathery based perfumes have been marketed otherwise. So it's all just kind of a word game. And, it's about time. I've been harassing Wasser for years and years and years to please give us a heavy hitter, a queer in, their normal, in a normal release where it's kind of like it will be a classic, timeless piece. And that's kind of what I'm hoping this will be. It will be timeless, not banked on any kind of trend or not something that's going to be discontinued in the near future. It's just something that we can love and truly appreciate as a leather in itself, because a lot of their competition in Chanel, Dior, Lancome, Hermes, they all have those heavy hitting queers, Cuir de Russie, Cuir d'Ange, Cuir de Lancome, Cuir Canage, even Leather Oud can be kind of looked at as a queer scent. So I'm really excited, and you can kind of, notice the big difference when you're looking at Wasser's style versus Sylvain Delacourte's. Sylvain Delacourte was head of director before Wasser. I'm not really sure if she's still with him. She might be with Guerlain still, more of a training aspect than, heading perfumes. But Sylvain's really got that softness to her touch, where Wasser's more heavy-handed, maybe unforgiving, and I don't know, just a whole lot more oomph to his perfumes. Not that there's wrong with either style; they're just very different styles. So Cuir Beluga is part of the Arts and Materials line, which launched in about 2005, and these whole designer exclusives were really part of the dumbing down process for a lot of designer houses. It's just really their way of selling more perfumes. They can sell perfumes, mass marketed and mainstream, and then come out with a higher priced, more sophisticated line of exclusives, which all of the designer houses have pretty much done. So yeah, Cuir Beluga's was one of three that was launched in 2005 with Angelique Noir and Rose Barbar. This was perfumed by Olivier Polge, who's also done like Spice Bomb and Invictus and Dior Homme and Valentino Uomo and Flower Bomb and Dolce Gabbana The One. So a whole slew of things. And you can definitely see his signature, his powdery, soft, subtle signature in here. Let me just put a little bit on before I start here. And it's an absolutely gorgeous perfume, which is kind of lacking in that queer, that intensity. Queer is kind of it's a misnomer here. It just doesn't, it's not that heavy, leathery based queer that's salty. I don't want to say it's not animalic. It's got this very maybe subtle touch of animalics to it, but right off the bat, it's extremely sweet. I don't want to say it's sugary sweet or unsophisticated, but it has a really nice, almost a gourmand type of sweetness, kind of this marzipan, um, baked, honey flavored almonds, and marzipan's kind of this roly, pasty, um, baked food, and it's got kind of this Play-Doh-y thing to it. And I've heard a lot of people say that the smell reminds them of Play-Doh, and I can kind of see that. It does have this really soft, creamy, warm, powdery, vibes and nuances to it. So the whole queer part, I definitely don't get a whole lot of leather to this. Guerlain markets it as a soft suede, and I can see that. It's more of a textured suede, and I think that's really coming from the patchouli. Patchouli's not a dominant note in here. It's a very light, feathery patchouli that gives it, just a little bit of soft texture, almost like the feel of the inside of a suede glove, not the outside, but the inside. Just almost like a herbal, fuzzy, smooth texture to it. So it's definitely got a sweet, boozy vibe to it as well. And Guerlain's definitely known for their vanillas, and this vanilla's been done a whole lot in this range. You can pick it up in Angelique Noir. You can pick it up in Spiritus Double Vanille. So this is also very boozy, as is Spiritus Double Vanille. Not very different, actually. They share a whole lot of nuances. A lot of very similar things. This does have a kind of a soft fruitiness to it. I think it's almost like a fruity pear note. Just knowing Olivier Polge, and he uses a lot of pear with Chanel now, so you can definitely see a lot of his trademarks going through here. So it does ultimately dry down. It's really powdery, warm. It's very soft. It's elegant. It's cozy. It's cuddly. It's got this powdery, ambery dry down to it. And ultimately, at the end, as it's like drying down, it kind of reminds me of this really thick, luxurious French vanilla ice cream. Not really a childish thing. It is I don't want to say it's sophisticated, because ice cream, no matter how good it is, it's not sophisticated, but it carries this boozy, sweet, warm vanilla, throughout. It's just absolutely beautiful. Got kind of this makeup accord to it, so I'm not sure if that would make it more feminine, but I definitely see this as a unisex perfume. Almost anyone can wear it, and I think you'd probably get a lot of compliments wearing this too, as it is very versatile. Now, the thing about this is, I do think it's a very beautiful perfume. Is this Eugenius approved? Where that's kind of where my concern comes in. This is a very beautiful, luxurious perfume. I love it to pieces, but no, I would not approve this to a lot of my viewers, simply for the sake of it's a $300 perfume, and no matter how beautiful it is, ultimately, to me, it's rather boring. It doesn't really excite me a whole lot. It doesn't change a whole lot. It's kind of linear, and in that sense, I can't tell you guys, unless you're avid Guerlain collectors, to go out and buy a 75 ml perfume for $300 when there's other options out there. And I would, specifically Bottega Veneta, the EDP for women, comes to mind. I think it's it's a really highly crafted perfume. It smells wonderful, and to me, it's got a you know, the leather, the suede is more prominent than it is in Cuir Beluga, and you know, for 2/3 the price, I would definitely recommend that way above or way before Cuir Beluga, which is unfortunately because I do like it and I wear it, and I would never want to be without it, but I definitely wouldn't recommend, you know, just anybody to go out and blind buy this, because you know, I think you might, if you're a true lover of perfume and you're looking for something bold and unique and different, this might not be the thing. But if you're okay with soft, subtle, linear, beautiful compositions, you know, it just might be, but not something that I would approve. But you know, maybe you guys will feel different, and I'd love to hear your opinions, and if this is something that you would advocate for others to buy. But let me know in the comments below. And yeah, that's it for now. Just really excited for the Cuir Entente, and we'll be doing a video as soon as that comes out. So, you know, good to see you guys, and we'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.